Wexley spills the tea. Fill up my cup, baby.
And I'm going to hit you like Picard with that Earl Grey today.
Yeah.
So, WWE, which we love to start with every time. So, Cody Rhodes seems his negotiations, I don't know why the fuck I said it like that, kind of hit a snag, and they still really haven't come to an agreement yet. And my best bet is that they probably have, and they're just kind of saying that, and he's going to debut on Raw next week in Jacksonville. And I think he's going to be Seth Rollins' mystery opponent for WrestleMania, because Rollins is mad right now. He blacked out all of his social media as part of the storyline, and he's pissed off that he's not on the card. And I think Jacksonville will be the perfect city to debut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could be totally right. You could be totally right. I just feel like it's already out there. I've seen the news floating that he was supposed to be his opponent, but that's not happening.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a work, and maybe like they already have an agreement, and it is what it is. I hope you're right, actually, because I feel like Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins sounds like $1 million match to me. Like I would love to see it. Take all my money. But
Mania is only 3 weeks away, so they better figure it out.
3 weeks away. God, dude, it's so soon. My goodness. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. What else we got?
Well, speaking of Mania, Stone Cold Steve Austin has accepted Kevin Owens' invitation to the KO show. But we heard it's not really going to be, he said, it's not going to be a match. Like, we don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be a match. We know Stone Cold's not doing a match. So, like, is this really worth it? Like,
well,
Stone Cold
it might be
retired for 19 years, and
it
he
might
said
be
something bad about Texas.
Call it a match.
First thing to bring you back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be a match still. I think there's still a possibility that it could be a match. Like, it's very possible.
But if they're going to have a match, why wouldn't they just outright promote it as a match? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And I heard rumors that JR was talking to Stone Cold, and he was like, Stone Cold was kind of mad because the only reason he doesn't want to do a match is they didn't give him enough time to prepare. He wants to, he said he wants like 6 months to prepare, to like make sure he's ready, in shape, ready to go.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to disappoint the fans. He doesn't want to pull a Shawn Michaels in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, it's totally true. I mean, I give Shawn a wash on that because it felt like everybody was bad in that match. But yeah,
every dude, torn pec, Kane's mask. I mean, it was just fucking bullshit.
Awful. What else we got?
Speaking of not awful, what we've been used to it being awful are WWE video games. Apparently, the new 2K22. I've been seeing lots of positive reviews, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna get it. I know you said some good things about it.
8.5 out of 10. It's the best 2K WWE game. It's the best one.
Well, that's hopefully they stick with 2K, because apparently they're in preliminary talks with EA Sports, and as gamers, we know that that's probably not a good idea.
Oh no, it's terrible. I mean, EA hasn't put out a good sports game really in years. I mean, it's been years.
I think don't they make the Star Wars games?
Yeah, Star Wars games have been great.
So that's like the only good games they put out like recently are Star Wars, really.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the Jedi Fallen Order. That was
remember that Anthem? Remember that Anthem game that was going to come out, and everybody was like super hype on it, and it came out and it was like the worst game of all time.
Oh yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, it looked like a
trash.
It looked like a combination between like Destiny and Halo with like some weird colors. I don't know. It looked lame.
It was lame. It was indeed lame. I can confirm it was lame. What else we got, man?
One big thing in WWE this week: the new NXT champion, Dolph Ziggler.
Boom. Love it. I love that. He looks great too, man. And I like that like Robert Roode is still like paired with him too. Makes sense. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's awesome. Like, I mean, Dolph Ziggler being the NXT champion makes sense to me. I don't know. I think they just got it off of him so Braun could go ahead and go to the main roster. I think that's the plan. I feel like it's going to be Braun and Rollins. Like, I feel like that'll be the match. And then Rollins will do the job, actually. I think that's what's going to happen. But we'll see. I don't think he should. But I'm saying, like, I think if Braun has a match on Mania, he's winning the match. That's what I think.
Yeah, he's definitely. Oh, it's going to be at the NXT Stand and Deliver show that's happening that same weekend. It won't be at Mania.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're doing their own little thing, so they'll build it to that, which it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good in its own right because, like you said, Dolph Ziggler, he's a workhorse. He's going to make everybody else better around him. So I see why they put the strap on him for the young guys down there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of people showing up to places, Fucking Jeff Hardy debuted in AEW last night with the Hardy Boys music.
Yeah, that was insane. Like, okay, listen, I don't understand how that happens, man. How do you know that Jeff Hardy is gonna leave, and you don't do everything you can to buy the rights to that song? How do you do? What? Like, I think, honest to God, like, I feel like the reaction, like, you could kind of tell that Jeff was coming. Like, people kind of knew it was going to happen. It was just all laid out so, like, obviously. But when they heard the song, people, like, it blew their minds.
Yeah,
like,
screamed,
and it blew my mind. I was like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Like, I literally had to rewind it immediately. I was like, is that my brain just, like, playing their song? Because there's no way. It'd be like hearing the glass break. You know what I mean? Like, it's so, like, it's such a WWF even theme. Like, it's been around that long that it's like, how do you not own this?
Yeah, literally. It's on the Stone Cold VHS Hell Yeah that I have. It's just like a random like song and like a montage for like a pay-per-view. Like building up a match. Like they've been using that because it's like a free right song. Like some dude made it years ago. It's been used on like commercials and other shit like that. But the best part of Jeff's debut, Matt's getting his ass kicked and he runs out and he still does a quick little just real quick, like, and then still runs down there.
Oh yeah, the Jeff Hardy dance. I love it. I love that he dance.
But it's so good. He was just like
that's been the biggest thing on Twitter too. Like,
he just like
don't ever forget that Jeff Hardy just danced while his brother was getting his ass beat. Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But I loved it, man. It was a massive pop, and you could like there was like genuine joy from both Matt and Jeff. Like, you could tell they were just so like happy to be in AEW together, which is awesome. That's awesome to see.
It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to the possible feud they're going to have, Sting and Darby versus the Hardy Boys to start out, which I think will be fantastic.
I mean, there's so much private party in the Hardys first.
Well, I mean, they came and saved. We'll see. But I want to see a Jeff Hardy versus Darby somewhere down the line. We got to get that. That's going to be
definitely.
That's got to happen. Also, last night, really big news, really big shit happened. Scorpio Sky became the new TNT champion. He's now the first black male singles champion, and he is now the first person to hold a singles title, TNT title, and the tag team championship. There's been world champion and tag team champion, but there hasn't been a TNT champion and tag team champion. So,
nice.
You know, he carves off etches his name in history twice there with 2 accolades, and I don't want this to happen, but I feel like Wardlow next week is just going to beat him unless MJF causes the 100%. Distraction and fucks it up.
100%. It's 100. That's 100% what's going to happen.
Okay, so yeah, because that would suck for him to like get.
It's like, you get this record, you're going to have these records, but really you're a transitional champion because we don't want Wardlow to beat Sammy right away, but we want Wardlow to have the strap right away.
Yeah, so what I'm guessing is MJF's going to cost Wardlow the match, and then they're going to have their little program until they finally break up officially, and then he'll get his title.
See, I don't know. I think Wardlow's going to win.
Oh, you think Wardlow's going to win, but then do you think MJF's going to like pull some fuckery with the contract?
I think it
and like take the title
MJF's
from
been doing the long play, right? Like this CM Punk angle was a long angle, like and I think this Wardlow one's going to be long too. So I think actually like MJF helps Wardlow win, and then Wardlow, even though he doesn't need it because Wardlow's clearly a babyface, and then they like go back and forth like around the TNT championship for months before MJF beats him. But they didn't want, because honestly, it's like if you're going to cost Wardlow the title and cost him the match, leave Sammy as champ. It's easier that way. I mean, because I just don't see why would you? They're not even booking Scorpio as a long-term singles guy. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
He did have and he also had a 1-year winning streak as of yesterday too. He hasn't lost a match in 365 days. So maybe they will do something with it. Because
I hope so. That would be cool. But then what do you do with Ethan Page? I mean, it just doesn't make sense for you guys. Like, he's got to be a transitional.
Well, I never thought they should have been booked as a tag team together. Anyways, it just
I agree.
Not a good team.
But you're doing that whole American top team thing though. Like you're bringing in Paige Van Zandt. You're bringing in like these other actual MMA like fighters. You need to have. They're staying together. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to stay together.
They got a little faction going, and we had another little faction go. The Jericho Appreciation Society. They turn on the Inner Circle, and that name is that blows. We all said that about the Inner Circle, but Jericho lately, his little names and catchphrases have not been good.
Nope.
He's been fucking blowing it, and I don't know maybe we'll get used to that fucking name, but I think it's lame. I think it's going to be a short-lived thing. And the only other big thing we really got in the news is Miro re-signed a 4-year deal with AEW, and good for him, getting some big money. And I wonder who he's going to come back and feud with when he gets back in there. I'd love to see some Miro versus Keith Lee.
Don't care.
I think that'd be very good.
Don't care about Miro.
Oh, okay.
He's okay. I don't know. I just feel like at what point do we say like, oh, potential? It's like, dude, it's been like 10 years, man. Like I feel. I mean, it's not really been 10 years, but like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, yeah, he's had some decent matches, but he's like, how many classics has Rusev or Miro been in? I mean, classics. Like
the best match he's ever had is with a person who had the best match, or probably we'll see on the card of that. So we'll get to that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, I think that's all we really have for the news. Only other thing, Christy Hemi is back with Impact, and we just covered a show with her on it in her original Impact run last week. So I thought that was a cool little note there, but it's not really news.
Yeah, I feel like, we're putting her on blast on the show. We're giving her some shine. We're giving her a shout out. And magically she gets a job in wrestling again. It's crazy. It's like people are listening. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We know you're out there, guys. We know you're out there.